Welcome back. You're watching Bottom Line. Shifting to the ILP issue in Meghalaya now, Indian Home Minister Amit Shah is scheduled to visit the hill state for an crucial NEC meeting on the 23rd of January. And of course, the state government, Chief Minister Sangma, is looking to raise the issue of ILP with the Union Home Minister during his visit. Also, expectations are high among those demanding the implementation of ILP in the state. And we would like to know about what is their plans. Are they seeking an appointment with the Union Home Minister? Is there enough time that he is visiting the state for, or will there be intensified agitation in the run-up to the visit? What is their plans? To discuss this, I'm being joined by Mr. Sadon HNYF General Secretary, one of the pressure groups which has been protesting relentlessly, demanding the ILP. NPP spokesperson Phasmon Dkhar also joins me from Shillong. Welcome to Bottom Line, Mr. Dkhar. Thank you so much for joining us at this moment. We'll also be joined shortly by Mr. Robert June Kharjahrin, the chairperson of CoMSO. CoMSO, of course, has been spearheading the protests, the pro-ILP protests, especially in Shillong. If I can go to Mr. Sadon Bla first. Mr. Bla, despite the continuous agitation by the pressure groups in Meghalaya, there is still no clear picture as far as the implementation of ILP is concerned, isn't it?
To answer your question, I would first of all like to say that the demand, the desire for ILP is not only of the pressure group. That need to be clear. Because as leaders of NGOs, we have toured throughout the length and breadth of the state. And the mood of the people in the state, you say rural area or urban area, is that they all express that they would like the inner line permit to be implemented in the state. And to further substantiate my argument that it is not only that the pressure group that are demanding and pressuring for ILP, means the people support this movement, the people also are desiring the same inner line permit to be implemented in the state of Meghalaya. And on top of it, this got reflected in the resolution of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly in the year 2019, 19 December. So that only indicates that it is not only the pressure group who are demanding, who are desiring for this the need for implementation of ILP in the state of Meghalaya, but it is the mass movement. It is the general desire of the people of the state that ILP be implemented in Meghalaya. Having said that, we have seen that it has been more than a year since the resolution, and it has been more than 2-3 decades that the state has been demanding the implementation of Meghalaya. But it seems that the central government till date is not paying heed, despite the repetitive pressure from the people, repetitive pressure from the government side also, especially after the resolution has been passed. So what we would like to send this message before Amit Shah visit the state of Meghalaya is that don't misread things that it is only the pressure group, as stated by certain section of people, that it's only the pressure group that are desiring or were demanding for the implementation of ILP. But even the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, which is mandated by the people, and the people at large themselves, they would like the demand for the implementation of the inline permit in the state of Meghalaya.
If I can go to Mr. Phasmon Dkhar. Mr. Dkhar, as of now, the Union Home Minister's visit is still on schedule. He's expected to visit the state on the 23rd for the NEC meeting. If he does come, which is still now on schedule, the trip is still on schedule, will Chief Minister Sangma raise the ILP issue with the Home Minister, with the Union Home Minister?
Yes, thank you very much. In regard to your question, whereas Mr. Amit Shah will be visiting the state as per schedule of the thing, our Chief Minister Shri Sangma will likely have an appointment with him to discuss the further talks of the ILP, because if you see, they had already discussed it earlier also, with all the MLAs visiting the central level from time to time. So I think so. Like with the visit of Mr. Amit Shah in the state, I will see that CM will definitely seek an appointment so they can discuss in regard to the ILP issue.
Will seek an appointment. Sadon Bla, the Conrad Sangma-led state government has consistently maintained, as we just heard Mr. Dkhar also, has consistently maintained that they have been in touch with the center on the issue of ILP implementation. But do you think has there been enough transparency as far as the state government's communication with the center is concerned?
Regarding the transparency of the follow-up, program or follow-up verbal statement that the state government has been carried out with the central government on the implementation of transparency means I can say that we don't have that transparency. We don't have that transparency, but we are informed and we have to make ourselves available through information that is, that we can read through newspaper and the other print and electronic media. But when it comes to the hard evidence of transparency, I wouldn't subscribe to that idea.
Mr. Dkhar, again, Mr. Phasmon Dkhar, again, the state government has maintained that it has been communicating the issue of ILP implementation to the center time and again. But of course, it has not been easy for the state government as well. Do you think going back to 2019? There was a hurry in passing a resolution as far as ILP is concerned because, it's over a year now, more than a year now, things still remain the same, things still remain uncertain. So on the part of the government that time, was there a hurry in passing a resolution in the assembly as far as the ILP is concerned?
No, not exactly in a hurry passing the resolution. You see, the MD government, when it came to its own form, along with its coalition partners, with the MVP heading the government, they are committed and dedicated to ensure ILP in the state. And whereas the resolution is concerned, you see, the present MDA government is very dedicated, very committed to preserve the culture, to preserve our people, to protect our people from all this various illegal immigrations coming to the state. So our government, so to say, has taken a lot of initiative, and like I said, from time to time they have been visiting the central level, and you see, like this is and the ball is in the union cabinet's court. So we will see. So it's on to talks, it's on to dialogues that we will able to achieve the ILP in the state.
But again, do you think, despite what you're saying, all your efforts, you have been, you have in a way failed to, build a confidence, especially among the pressure groups, because, probably they are not taking your words on face value. The protests have continued despite repeated appeals. The protests have continued.
Can you please be specific with the question?
Yeah, I'm saying, as you are saying, the state government, the NPP-led state government has been doing all it can to convey the matter to the center. But despite this, even despite repeated appeals by Chief Minister Conrad Sangma, the pro-ILP protests have not stopped. So have you failed in a way to build confidence among the pressure groups to have faith in you that you will be able to get it done, you will be able to get the ILP implemented? Somewhere do you think that comes as a failure on the part of the state government here?
No, I wouldn't say it's a failure of the government. You see, if talking about the pressure groups that is happening, which have been like really been on a regular, like they have been protesting. It's not at all new. It has been from time over the years of the previous government where this ILP thing is concerned. So, but I'm just saying, like with the present MDA government, it is very dedicated and very committed to stick on the stand to ensure ILP in the state.
Well, we are being joined over the phone by Mr. Robert June Kharjahrin, CoMSO chairman. Robert June Kharjahrin, welcome to Bottom Line. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is scheduled to visit Meghalaya, scheduled to visit Shillong on the 23rd. Expectations are high. Will CoMSO seek an appointment with the Union Home Minister? Is there any such plan?
Yeah, actually, we have already seek an appointment with the Home Minister, but till date we have not get any confirmation yet.
And what are your plans in the run-up to the visit? Remember the last time we spoke to you, have mentioned that yes, the protest will continue. You want the center to take note of things. So of course, on January 21st, there is a demonstration lined up. Anything else? And what are your plans in the run-up to the visit? Expectations?
Okay. So, as we have already declared that on the 21st of January, which is the Meghalaya Day, we've already prepared our agitation, because why we feel that on the Meghalaya Day is important, because if we see the history behind it, the people fought for the Hill State, the people who sacrificed for the Hill State movement, they sacrificed with an objective and with an aim that that Meghalaya should be created, or Hill State should be created, so that that state should ensure to protect the identity, the ethnics, the language, the land, the culture of the indigenous people. But even after 49 years of getting the statehood, such thing has not been fulfilled. We did not even have proper boundary. We did not even have a law like ILP in place to protect the demographic structure of the indigenous people. So we feel that on 21st January, we should highlight this important issue like ILP, MRSSA, Amendment Bill, the long pending interstate and international boundary dispute, and inclusion of Khasi language into the HDL and other things. So on 21st, we've already declared to have an agitation. We'll go ahead with that. And on 23rd, we have already fixed appointment with Amit Shah, and we hope that he will give a positive reply to the appointment that we have already fixed. And we are ready to meet him. We are ready to talk and discuss with him on important issue, especially ILP.
And do you think this visit by the Union Home Minister is very crucial in a way that if it does come, which is on schedule right now, and if Chief Minister Conrad Sangma does raise the issue of ILP with him, at least things will be more or less clear in a way post-Saturday on what is the status of as far as the ILP implementation demand is concerned, isn't it?
Yes, I do feel that this is an important date for us and for all the people of the state of Meghalaya, because we have fought for implementation of ILP for too long in the state. So if Manipur and other states could get it, so we also feel that we should get it. If Manipur get it as a gift, we believe that we should get it as our right, as our birthright. So yes, it's very important for us, and we hope that the Honorable Home Minister will meet the civil society, will meet us, will meet the other civil society, and I also hope that he will also meet the traditional political institution, which play a very, very important role in our state. And we hope that he will even meet the all delegation from various party. Why only the government official? He should also meet the all party delegation, so that thing will be clear. And it will be a great day if Amit Shah could declare implementation of ILP on the 23rd.
Absolutely. And also at the same time, are you hopeful that, well, it's a high profile visit, some good news may be on store? Are you hopeful of that?
If you see the recent statement given by the Honorable Sport and Youth Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju when he visited Meghalaya, he said that NDA government is positive, is trying to protect the identity, the ethnic, the cultures of the indigenous people. So we hope that on 23rd that word given into reality by hoping that Amit Shah will declare implementation of ILP in the state of Meghalaya.
My last question to you, Mr. Robert June Kharjahrin. Of course, you mentioned about how important the statehood day is, the sacrifices of the people, the Hill State movement. If we go back to the Hill State movement, a lot of non-tribals also took part in that Hill State movement. Do the pressure groups once again at this critical juncture assure that the quote-unquote genuine non-tribals need not feel worried or threatened by the ILP?
I think the people who settle in the state of Meghalaya, who still worrying about ILP, is the people who doesn't understand what is ILP. You see, ILP is meant for the people who will come to the state of Meghalaya, who doesn't know who are them. The moment ILP is implemented, it will regulate entry of immigrant to the state of Meghalaya. It doesn't mean for the people who have stayed here for 100 of years, for 150 of years. It will mean for people who freshly come to the state of Meghalaya. I think nobody should be should feel threatened by implementation of ILP, but they should be afraid of NRC, which was declared by BJP that they are going to go ahead. So I do not see that any people should be feel threatened by implementation of ILP. We do it with an objective to protect the identity, the culture, the land of the indigenous people in the state of Meghalaya, and we hope that all the non-tribal in the state and outside the state will give the support, because this was purely meant toward the protection of the indigenous people in the state of Meghalaya.
Thank you so much, Robert June Kharjahrin, for your inputs on that. If I can go back to Mr. Phasmon Dkhar again, Mr. Dkhar. Are you hopeful? Are you hopeful that something positive, a positive response may come out during the visit of the Union Home Minister, as and when the Chief Minister Conrad Sangma takes up the ILP issue? Of course, that has been conveyed to the centre multiple times before, but again, we have to understand he is visiting the state. It's a crucial visit, and the BJP, as it has said, has always tried its level best to protect the culture and identity of the Northeast. So given that, are you also hopeful that something substantial may come out as far as the ILP issue is concerned?
Yes, Mr. Goswami, as I was saying, our CMS met the Home Minister a couple of times and received what that the matter will be looked into. We have also received assurance from the governor for pushing for the ILP. So it will be unfortunate if the centre does not budge despite an all-out call to action. Its very own BJP legislators, the BJP MLA in Meghalaya of the state, have also have actively voiced support for ILP in the state. So we are we're hopeful, and we do look for a positive signs on the visit of Mr. Amit Shah, the Union Home Minister, to the state.
Sadon Bla, again digressing a bit, what is your view of the role being played by the opposition Congress in this entire sequence of events? Sadon Bla.
As you have correctly stated just now, that it is a political question. I agree to that statement. I mean, to that saying that it is a political question, because when this government, when this opposition party, which is in the center of power, which is in the government at the point of time, it has made clear that when we are demanding for ILP since 2013, the aggressive demand for ILP, Chief Minister Mukul Sangma, as the head of the government at that point of time, who is now the head of the opposition, he clearly stated that implementation of ILP in the state of Meghalaya is not in the manifesto of the Congress Party. But this U-turn that the Congress Party took now, though appreciable, but it is due to the new development that has came in the year 2018-19, that is the CEA. We do appreciate that after the passage of the CEA, that even the Congress Party, which had earlier stated that it is not in the manifesto of the Congress to implement the ILP, but the urgency of the need for the ILP vis-a-vis in its relationship to the CEA, that is what might have compelled the Congress Party, who at one point of time is against the implementation of ILP to say that yes, we need ILP, I mean, with the coming of the CAA, because it is opening the floodgate of further infiltration and influx into the state.
Well, my last question to Mr. Phasmon Dkhar. Mr. Dkhar, what is your government's appeal to the pressure groups as Chief Minister Conrad Sangma tries his level best to get the ILP implemented? What is your appeal to them, to the pressure groups at the moment, in the moment?
Can you please come again? I am unable to hear
Yeah,
you.
I'm saying as Chief Minister Conrad Sangma tries his level best to get the ILP implemented in the state, what is your government's appeal to the pressure groups for now who have been relentlessly protesting for the last couple of months or more?
Yes, like what I was saying to you, Mr. Goswami, like our appeal to the pressure group as well as to the people as a whole of the state, we appeal them to maintain peace, and we do not have such a agitations where there will be a lot of loss of lives, loss of infrastructure and everything. Our government is committed and dedicated from the time it has taken in its own form, where the NPP-led government in the state, along with its coalition partners, is dedicated and committed to ensure that we get ILP in the state. So our appeal to our people in the state is like to kindly please give us the time so that we are in talks with the union minister, and we are hopeful that we are pushing at the ILP, and we hope we get ILP very soon in the state.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dkhar. Thank you so much, Sadon Blah. Well, all eyes will be on the visit of the Union Home Minister Amit Shah as he arrives in Shillong for the NEC meet on Saturday, the 23rd of January. Of course, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma is all set to raise the ILP issue, and we'll have to wait and watch to what transpires. That's a wrap of Bottom Line tonight.